And you get that from eating healthy fats, things like avocados, things like fish, especially salmon. Extra virgin olive oil is a great source. Nut butters in moderation, nut butters that are natural, not super processed with a lot of sugar. And then seeds and things like coconut oil. Okay, those are something that if you're estimating should be about the size of your thumb. That's not a lot. I know a lot of us like peanut butter here. I'll show y'all on this next slide. It's 2 slides from now. Those are the good fat options. This is a reference guide for fats, specifically in the form of almonds and peanut butter. 1 serving of almonds covers in 1 layer a sticky note. That is not a lot. I can remember times that I've kept almonds in my car in the past and just like ate them by the handful. That is not a sticky note's worth. And then also think of a shot glass full of almonds. That's a reference guide as well, okay? So if you choose to use nuts as a fat source, keep that in mind. If you choose to use peanut butter, it's about the size of a ping pong ball, okay? So just know that when you're logging it, this is gonna be 2 tablespoons is 16 grams of fat. So if you get 50 grams of fat for a day, you're almost already 50% of the way there. So just keep this in mind as far as portion sizes go. All right, sugar is our next slide. I think this is a really cool picture because it depicts exactly how much sugar is in all of these food items. Like I said earlier, if you're someone who drinks soda and you can literally just cut out soda and change nothing else about your diet, you will see incredible success, okay? Nothing else to say about this really other than your body might use about this much of that glucose. Everything else is gonna be stored as fat. So try and what I like to say, you've heard this before, don't drink your carbs, don't drink your calories. Like all of that could be used towards huge volumes of healthy food, carbohydrate-wise, rather than just one drink that's gonna turn largely to cholesterol or triglycerides. Okay, next slide. This one, basically, I'm just trying to highlight the fact that the food industry does not know anything about nutrition. And they're going to market everything to you as healthy or they're trying to market to you to believe something's healthy that it's not, okay? So love a good smoothie bowl, love a good acai bowl. Those things are terrible in large portions. So if you're treating yourself, it's fine. It's totally fine. But some girls, post on Instagram thinking, little sorority girls every day eating this, thinking they're healthy. And that is so fine if you're doing it to enjoy as a treat. But you know how there's like all these cleanses with smoothie bowls? They're not cleansing anything, okay? Regular flavored yogurt, a lot of people think that that's healthy. It's really high in sugar. I have it written down that this Yoplait strawberry has 13 grams of sugar and 23 grams of carbs. A better option would be Greek yogurt. That's gonna be and even flavored Greek yogurt is not as bad as regular yogurt. It will be higher in sugar, but don't let the food industry fool you. It's thinking this is a super healthy option. And then also granola bars, energy bars, that's something that's really misunderstood as well. They're always, more times than not, really high in sugar. This Cliff Bar has 44 grams of carbs and 23 grams of sugar. That's insane. There's a place for this if you're working out a lot and you might want to eat it after your workout instead of a Gatorade or instead of a different form of carbs, but for the general population, this is not gonna be a great option, okay? You wanna save those calories for something that's gonna keep you full for longer, okay? All right, in a nutshell, load up with whole foods, avoid processed junk, and then decrease sugar. This alone will make you really successful, okay? Don't overcomplicate it. It all boils down to this, okay? All right. So all of you, y'all can look in your folders now. All of you got a meal plan. I know I told most all of you this in our one-on-one sessions. If I gave you macros, they're written on the front. The meal plan and a grocery list is what that packet entails with your name on it. Behind it is your meal plan, and it breaks down different items that you can eat if you want, but I recommend not sticking to that. Use that as a guide as far as structuring your meals go, but it's gonna be really difficult to try and eat that exact thing that's laid out for you every day. So You can play with substitutions, but all in all, I really want, if you're logging, I want you to log food, focus on whole foods, and then don't get super bogged down with that meal plan, but it's there if you want ideas, okay? And it's based on your macros that I gave you. So if you were to follow it exactly, it would end up equaling your macros, okay? Another thing to focus on, if you see little asterisks on your meal plan, those link to the HSN website where the recipes are all loaded. So if it ever has an asterisk, it's a recipe that Healthy Steps Nutrition created with the macronutrients already laid out for you and everything on the website. So if it says like Amish oatmeal and you have no idea what it is, it's because that's their recipe. Everything, all portion sizes are cooked. So if it says half a cup of rice, that's half a cup of cooked rice, not half a cup of uncooked rice, because that's going to be far more carbs than a cooked cup. So just always remember that. And yeah, for the meal plan, you don't have to follow that to a T. Okay, as far as meal prep goes, a few things I want to hit on. The biggest thing you can do with meal prep is keeping it simple. I'm a huge fan of steam bag microwavable veggies. It literally takes me 2 seconds. It tastes no worse than if I were to cut something fresh off of the stalk. It just saves me so much time. So make it as easy as possible, and that's gonna keep you consistent. It gets really, really hard on a Sunday to keep continually putting in 4 hours of meal prep just because I want something fresh, okay? So keep it simple. Mike told me about, at Walmart, they have pre-cubed butternut squash. That saves you so much time from like cutting and peeling, and they have pre-cut sweet potatoes. They even have frozen pre-cut veggies. Make it easy. Do not get in over your head as far as meal prep goes. And I'll show y'all on a slide towards the end. We've partnered with some local food prep companies that are going to give us discount codes if you get in a bind or if you run out of meal prep for the week, because I know meat only lasts for so long. They've given us some cool discounts if you want to kind of finish out your week with them. And you can buy stuff like by the pound as well as far as meat and veggies go. It'll really save you in the long run. Play around with spices. They're calorie free and they can really make things fun. I am not a chef by any means, but I do experiment with different spices, and it kind of takes out the bland chicken aspect, and you can change it up without sacrificing calories. Playing with cool equipment in the kitchen is going to be your best friend as far as crock pots go. Instant pots, air fryers, invest in those things that are going to cut down on meal prep time. I did air fryer last week and it was amazing. I do crock pot at night, press start, cooks for 7 hours. I wake up and my chicken's ready. So invest in something like even a smoothie machine or like a blender, something like that. Invest in things that are going to make it simple. What was the other one? 3 compartment containers. You all got one. I know this is you're not gonna wash it every day, but if you don't have them already, they're affordable on Amazon. I know Melissa got a big stack of them. How many did you get?
I got like 25 for like $50.
Okay, yeah, which is amazing. And then that'll last you even if you don't wash them multiple weeks. And then schedule it in on your calendar. I know most people's meal prep day is on Sunday. That's when mine is. Put a reminder in your calendar so that you know it's gonna get done, okay? Because meal prep is gonna be the biggest thing that keeps us successful. Not gonna spend a lot of time on hydration. We all know how important it is. It lubricates our joints. Our performance increases when we drink enough water. It filters out toxin and waste products. We're gonna just feel a lot better, and that's probably most all of you will have that as an action step. I talked to most of you, and most of us are not getting enough water, okay? So 80 ounces per day is the bare minimum. For most of us, I drink 120 ounces and I'm like 5'1". I think I'm the shortest one here. So no one should be drinking less than that. So if you can get over 100, then that's gonna be the goal, especially all of us being CrossFitters. We need more than 80. And then, what else? I hit on all. Oh, if you don't like the taste of water, putting fresh fruit and then cucumbers and things that are gonna kind of change up the flavor is something that I would play around with. If you even want to use frozen fruit, I know some people put like frozen raspberries, frozen blueberries in. So that's something to play with. Okay, as far as eating around your workout goes, a lot of us, that doesn't really apply to us yet. I've talked to most of y'all on an individualized basis if you need to implement a post-workout shake. If you still want to add it in, what's the best protein to use? Whey for most people, WHEY is the best option. Just 1 scoop after your workout. If you're kind of intolerant to dairy or it just isn't really what you want to do protein wise, you can go to a vegan protein next. That's what I use. I use Vegasport, VEGA Sport, and I drink that after my workouts. So, and then casein at night is always an option as well. What's up, Dylan? Hey! And then if you do work out in the morning, some people ask me, should I eat before workouts? If you're working out at 5 a.m., I don't recommend eating before, but if you're someone who has to, then try and keep it in the liquid form because that's a lot easier digested. So maybe like a smoothie or even a protein shake before. Okay, let's see. Coffee, really the main thing with coffee is what you're putting in it. So if you do use a lot of creamer, flavored creamers or half and half, I would encourage you for the 6-week challenge to try and move towards something like almond milk, like a splash of almond milk, or even drinking your coffee black. Half and half is not gonna kill you by any means. The flavored creamers and the sugar is where we really get into trouble. But just know if you have to keep your half and half, it's not gonna derail you, but ideally try and move towards almond milk. Also another big thing is the half-life of coffee, 8 to 12 hours. I am very guilty of drinking coffee too late in the day and then it affecting my sleep later on, which we know how important sleep is to our nutrition. And I have one slide on that. So just know if you can try and cut the coffee drinking off earlier in the day or at least switch over to decaf, then that's gonna set you up for success. All right, we're almost done, guys. I think we have 5 more slides and then we're done, or a few more. This has been fascinating to me, studying the correlation between sleep and nutrition. I know a lot of y'all already know this, but if you've ever heard of, have y'all ever heard of hunger hormones? Has anyone ever heard of that? Okay, so basically you have the 3 big hormones that are affected by your sleep are leptin, ghrelin, and cortisol. The 2 big ones are leptin and ghrelin. Leptin is the hormone that basically your endocrine system releases that lets you know when you're satisfied. Ghrelin is the hormone it's your hunger hormone that sends a signal to your brain like, oh, I'm hungry. When you are sleep deprived, both of those hormones go in the wrong direction. So leptin, which is the hormone that lets you know when you're satisfied, is decreased. So we have less satisfaction with sleep deprivation. Ghrelin, which signals to our brain I'm hungry, is increased with sleep deprivation. So we are hungrier more often. There's a research article I read about a group of, a large study of a group of guys who, it was a controlled study. They slept for 7 hours for 2 weeks. And then the next 2 weeks they slept for 4.5 hours and they assessed the hunger hormone levels. Leptin did not change, but ghrelin, the hormone that signals I'm hungry to your brain, increased by 10%. With the 4.5 hours of sleep. So these guys got 10% hungrier when they were sleep deprived, and you're more likely to have cravings and, hey guys, oh no, you're fine, you're good. You're more likely to have cravings when you're sleep deprived. So just know how important that is to your endocrine system as far as hunger hormones go. And then cortisol as well as the stress hormone. When you're sleep deprived, that's gonna be released at higher amounts as well, which leads to inflammation and bad things that we do not want. All right, last thing on logging food. This is the screenshot of MyFitnessPal. The main things I want to hit on, first, this little green check mark. I know most of you know what that is. It means that the food is verified, and this is what we're looking for. MyFitnessPal is a public database, just like Wikipedia. Anyone can input in a food. So a lot of times they don't have a green check mark for everything, so I'll use foods that are not verified, but first option, go to something that's verified, okay? And you can filter the green check marks as well to where they all come up and then everything below it is not verified. And then you can also set reminders in MyFitnessPal to remind you to log your food. It'll send a little reminder on your screen and be like, you haven't eaten yet, do you wanna log it? And then that kind of keeps you on track. Play with MyFitnessPal. They have a lot of cool features for the free version. I don't have time to go through everything, but just go play with it. And the last thing I'll get you to do is to set your macros. All of you who are tracking have it on your meal plan, and I have also updated it to the HSN app, which is where I can see what you log, but everyone who's logging food will log it through MyFitnessPal. So you click the plus sign and it'll bring up breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You click whichever one you're logging and then input from there. The barcode scanner is gonna be your best friend. If you're eating something with a barcode, just use that and it immediately pulls up the food. Okay, but what I need everyone to do is go update their goals to the macronutrients that I've set in MyFitnessPal, because that's what you're gonna see, okay? So that's the main thing I need y'all to do. As far as weighing and measuring goes, we're not gonna get bogged down with this, because most of my goal for all of y'all logging, for the majority, is food awareness, not getting precise down to the grain of rice. It's just awareness around what we're eating. But hitting the high points, you always want to log the food in its cooked form or in the form that you're eating it in. So for like chicken, you're gonna weigh it in ounces and it's gonna be cooked because you're eating it cooked. So you want to search cooked grilled chicken breast when you're logging. Try not to do like just chicken breast, because you don't know if that's raw or cooked. You can search it specifically for the state that it's in. And then for things like rice, where the scale doesn't know if it's cooked or uncooked, then you want to use like a measuring cup instead of weighing. So just use your discretion as to like what you would need to weigh and what you would need to use like a scoop for. Always look at the nutrition label, because it might tell you, like with peanut butter, it'll be like 2 tablespoons as a serving, and then in parentheses, 32 grams. The parentheses 32 grams is how much that peanut butter weighs. So you can weigh it, or you can scoop it out in a 2 tablespoon format. Okay, you're fine. I'm almost done. Okay. So this is your HSN dashboard page. Basically, this is what you're gonna see as far as in the HSN app, what you log in MyFitnessPal. These are gonna be your habits that I want you to check off. I'll set habits for each of you. You can set your own habits if you want to. But like, this is my dashboard. Go to bed before 10 a.m. I'll click it if I do it, and then practice eating slowly. So if I do that for 1 meal, then I accomplish my habit for the day. Okay, so that's just a way to kind of keep track of your habits. And then when I tell you to update progress photos, you click this, and that's not what I weigh, by the way, way more than that. And then your body fat will be here, and then ignore resting heart rate. Oh, and then also we will communicate, if you don't already know, over this messaging icon. And your meal plan is also virtually updated under the plans tab. Okay. How to utilize your partner. This is really up to y'all, how much you want to use your partner. I know we have 5 minutes. But basically, these are just some ideas. If you want to go grocery shopping together, you don't even have to go with your partner. You can go with someone else in the group, or you can go with your partner. You don't have to do any of this. These are just ideas. Tag each other in cool social media posts around nutrition. If you find it on another page, give each other a tag. Try and work out together when you can. Remind each other to drink water, all that stuff. Point tracker sheets are also in your folder. That's going to be something that you submit on a weekly basis, which is going to make you eligible for the weekly gift card prizes. It's an honor system, so if you have perfect point tracker sheets every week, then your results need to be reflective of that, so don't lie. But it'll basically put you in for a drawing for that weekly prize if you get all of the points done for that. Okay? The other thing... So you should have a point tracker sheet in there.
So do we just like take a picture of this and email it to you?
Yes, so and you'll send it over the app. So you'll take a picture of that week 1, and it's gonna be due at Sunday. It'll be due Sunday at midnight. Okay, so like as long as you get it in before that day or before midnight, then you're good to go. Okay, so it puts you in a drawing for this, and you and your partner will both submit a picture of that. Okay, and I'll remind y'all. But that's what the point tracker sheet is, and that will factor into the overall winner score as well. Yes. So you'll take a picture and message it to me on the app. Yes. And y'all, sorry I'm going fast. So if y'all have questions, just interrupt me.
And the bonus points are just if you submit pictures?
Yeah, so the bonus points, I'll announce that. We'll have like a theme for the week, and I'll announce what the bonus point one is for that week. So if it's like eating slowly or something, then I'll just add it in. It'll change on a weekly basis. Oh yeah, just check it off if you did it. So like if you did whatever your self-care activity is, if that's literally taking a bubble bath, check it. Or if that's watching an episode of Netflix for 30 minutes to rewind and de-stress, check it. The point of that is to make this like holistic. It's not just nutrition. All right, and then last few slides. Okay, overall team prize is $200 cash, 1 month of free ongoing coaching, and then a month of Vulcan blood flow restriction training, and Normatec compression boots, which are awesome if you haven't ever used those. So that's the overall team. Each team member will get that. You split the money, but each team member gets the other things. And then thank you to John Mancha, the overall transformation winner. John so generously donating a green egg.
It's a primo, not a green egg, but
A primo. Whatever it is, we are grateful.
it's actually better.
Yeah, so but this will be the overall transformation winner. It's only one person, so it's not team-based as far as this one goes, okay? How does that person win? So that's going to be according to whatever your body composition goals were. And as far as like buy-in to the whole process, it'll largely be like transformation though, but we're not going to get like, it'll be like more like based on like progress photos too. So really upload your progress photos, because I'm not going to go off how much weight is lost, because that's not fair. So this will be more like transformation. Okay. Thank you to John. And then last thing, we're going to end with a potluck. Everyone's going to bring their favorite healthy dish, and we'll announce the winners. We'll talk about the challenge in a non-mushy way. That sounds super mushy. But we'll just kind of reflect on everything, and then tips for going forward and making this something maintainable for the long run. That is it. I'm sorry that took a whole hour. Y'all are all wonderful. That was 2:59. So if y'all have any questions, let me know.
I was like yawning, like trying to get my fingers in there.
I know that took a long time. So if I missed something, ask me, message me, and let me know if y'all need anything. I'm excited. How do I turn this off? Thanks.